Oh, order mirror. Cool. And oh, it's look! He didn't dodge.
Ja, ja. Jo. Siru aber. Und Ritan.
Hello everyone, so this is the spawn of the map. It's quite odd in the way that the deep fish sometimes can be either really close if you put your dock in the right spot, or basically non-existent if you put it at the wrong spot. Like a dock here would be actually quite manageable. Maybe a dock here would be a very big mistake, or even a dock here would be not great. Even this one is actually... In the early game, I was too busy crashing out, by the way, because it was an order mirror, and mirrors are quite tedious matchups to play usually. But they do favor the underdog a little bit, because if you get an advantage, you can put your advantage, like if you can get an advantage through luck, you can push that advantage quite easily. That said, I decided to go greedy because on this map it's really hard to travel across and push the other guy. And he decided to go double dock too. So we have two players going for double dock. He's one fishing ship over me, higher than me, which is decent for him, I guess. But my second dock is quicker than his, so that's good for me on the other hand. I don't know if I've even seen this one, deep fish, but I decided to go for this one, which is quite close. The only downside to this one is there is no shoreline fish, so I ended up putting sheep on my villager. Now I'm rallying into gold, since I have already enough to be making 2 fishing ships at a time, and then I just want to age up, right? He's heavier than me on... I actually have these two on food, and he seems to not have them at all. Yeah, he just went back to it with everybody. Never mind, he has one. Anyway, now I'm still down 1 fishing ship, but I'm gathering gold a lot quicker than him. Well, so I can see this and know he only has archer ships. That's a non-threat on water actually. So I'm very happy with my position right now because I'm aging up to castle, very greedy, and on top of that, I have like not mined any stone, which is not gonna be useful for him because I'm not aggroing him on the water. So emplacements will not be useful, and then emplacements on land will not be useful either for that matter, because what are they gonna do? Like, is he gonna put an emplacement next to each relic? It's far-fetched, you know. So for now, I just decide to not commit that much on water, because the 2 Springles will defend these 4 archer ships, and I added the 3rd one just for safety. And really, I'm just gonna lock in on trying to transfer some villagers into the center, which I haven't transferred any yet. And on top of that, just make a few production structures, some knights, and take over the middle, right? One thing is, he did end up trying to make an outpost here next to the relic, which is quite funny, but maybe it works in his favor, maybe it doesn't. One thing I changed about my playstyle on this map, I played Order twice on this map. The 2 times I played on this map, I played Order. And I decided to pick up the relic in my island first because it's quicker income, objectively speaking. Like, so it's just better for me to grab it straight away. And then I'm waiting for 2 monks before I send towards the middle. He just has 5 archer ships. He's honestly outplaying me in the micro engagements of this, because I'm like locked in on land a little bit. My mind is not in it, right? I'm just gonna gather some food. My gold is on the mainland, or like my small island, I suppose. I don't know what to call it exactly. Like, you could call this mainland, these are the islands, or you can call this the main island, and these are the main lands, or it's hard to say, you know. For now, naming convention, you guys can tell me down in the comment section. But me personally, I'm just gonna call it main island, and then the island you migrate to. So this is the newer one, I guess. So this is home, and this is the island, I guess. Here I got lucky because I just wanted to burn the outpost and maybe force him to stand next to them with archers, but turns out he was aging up in this spot, which is not good for him, not good at all. So he just ends up idling 10 villagers for what is basically forever. These don't even have arrow slits, so their damage output versus knights is minuscule. They have 7 damage, whilst the knight has 4 armor. Effectively, they're doing actually 3 damage. That's more than I thought they would be doing. But yeah. Like, the knight HP does go down very slowly. It's not great. So right now I have 6 Springles and 2 archer ships. He has 8 archer ships. So in theory I should win this fight quite handily. But I don't know what happens here, but he actually owns me. Maybe it's in the fight after this one, not this one. I don't know. I moved some of my fishing ships back to this deep fish, but it's about to run out, so I can't stay on this one forever. It's about to get to 0. Deep fish fully regenerate over time, but it's not like they can't out-regenerate 6 fishing ships on top of them. I think they regenerate more than 3 or something like that. Probably that would be my guess. So right now I'm denying these towers, and the other thing that I am doing is trying to grab the relics, which I'm very successful in actually. Like, this is the only relic that's remaining. I didn't scout it yet, that's why it's not grabbed, and when I scouted it I went for it immediately. And right now I'm just straight up at 5 economy over him, and the 5 being villagers, which is even more good, even gooder than fishing ships. Like, if my fishing ship lead was of 2, then my lead would be smaller. So even 6 technically, actually. I could have burnt this if it wasn't a Springle Tower, but now it's a Springle Tower. It's a little bit in the air, actually. I think maybe potentially I could burn it, this amount of units, if I just persevere and go through, and then it would be really hard for him to retake the land. Right now, it seems like I could never lose water, right? I have exactly the same numbers. So I stop investing on water and I think more on land. Like, in my head, he probably either went to Burger or Regenetz at his own island. And he's now trying to cook up like a land army. He puts it here, he wins the land, and he just overtakes the land, right? That was my theory of what he's doing. What he was actually doing is making even more archer ships, which, why? Right now I have 6, I have 9 ships, and he has 10. And Springles actually counter archer ships, so in theory this should be good for me. But yeah. Right now I'm just investing even more wood into land, because I don't want to lose the land, right? And all of his investments is actually on water. He hasn't made a single land unit. Like, the only land unit he made was a prelate, and that was to pick up a relic, nothing more. He's fully invested on wood as well. He even has level 2 wood upgrade. Meanwhile, I'm only running level 1 economy. I'm getting level 2 working slowly. The good thing is I have 4 relics with Reginus, which accounts for, well, it's 8 relics basically, which is a lot of money. It's a lot of income. He has 1 Reginus relic, which is way less. Let's put it that way. He's making docks non-stop. Right now he's just all in on archer ships, and now he actually has an advantage on water. Because he has 12 archer ships to my, what is 9 ships. I mean, with good micro on my end, I should still win this, but instead I'm like sleeping on the job fully, bro. Like, yeah, I don't know what this was. On top of that, I just get, yeah, the demos destroy me, bro. And I don't repair my ships. Like if I repaired these guys, the Springles, they would be harder to burn through. He has level 2 ranged attack, I'm guessing, yes, which is why he's actually doing so much damage. Meanwhile, I actually have level 1 ranged armor. Negate the level 2, I only have level 1 that I have to deal with. Okay, good to know. So right now, it's just... Wait, he lost all of the villagers that were here on the island? Okay, the more you know, I didn't even realize it mid-game. I know he was making a dock here and sent a knight to it, but I thought I killed 1 or 2 villas. I didn't realize it killed all 5. There's nothing on the mainland, which is very good for me actually, extremely good. Right now, I'm really sad that I didn't do any transferring other than the 5 workers I sent to here. But I need more vills onto the island. Actually, I'm more and more less convinced of my naming convention. I kind of want to call this the mainland now, and this the island. I guess it depends on the stage of the game, right? But right now I need to somehow get my workers to here, because this, for one, is very easily deniable by him. He could stand an archer ship here and it would shoot almost up to here, so it's like I can't even put 1 villager here. Luckily he's letting me put 40, so that's neat. And I luckily did this, which if he had 2 archer ships here in position, he would be able to deny this, but he doesn't. Right now I sent one of these guys here and one the other here. I sent my units to the middle. Unfortunately, I think he's doing a transfer right now. Yeah, he transferred 14 vills just now, and I didn't realize he was doing that. So that's unfortunate. Could have stopped, or like I could have harassed that a little bit more. Granted, he has probably all of these being sprinkled, so yeah, it's not very realistic of me to try to actually stop that. I have sprinkled towers too here, which is quite nice. And right now I'm getting a lot of worker damage on land. It's actually very significant damage, including the idle time. Of course, he has +2 ranged attack. I have only +1, so his TC is doing slightly more damage than it should to my units, and my knights are actually dying to the town center. But what this distraction does, it not only it kills his villagers, but it saves mine, which is the more important part. Because he's locked in trying to defend like villagers here and there here. I get these 32 villas outside of the island. I'm gonna get these deer, I'm gonna get his sheep, I'm just gonna straight up put a mill there. And I'm also gonna get the boar and the deer. And the play for me here is just to try and get to Imperial. I don't even have enough food to make a singular villager, by the way. Because Order vills cost 60 food. So that's quite unfortunate. He actually ends up killing 4 of my vills here. Which is unlucky, I guess, but it happens. And right now I made this tower, which is quite a clutch tower for me.
Gute Leistung meinerseits.
Right now, spread all of my dudes on food everywhere that I can. And I'm making this tower. He actually kills the villager first, and I didn't pay attention. I'm stuck with these vills here though, so I need a way to gather the gold. So I'm making a tower to make a sprinkled emplacement here. And right now I'm panicking because I'm like, I threw the game. Like the emotions are setting in. I'm panicking. I threw the game versus demo. I have no bragging rights anymore. What am I, bro? I realize I still have a very valid chance. One, because relics are pretty good, and two, because I still have the land control with just these two knights, because he has 0 units on the field. I'm preparing 3 crossbows just so if he shows up with like few spears, I don't like immediately lose control. And I'm just gonna go Imperial here. I even put down a market to try and trade some of this gold built up in my bank because I was forced to gather gold here with villagers. And I do exactly that. I do end up with quite a reasonable timing to Imperial. He also is going Imperial though, and he's way quicker than me. Right now I send these 2 knights because it's clear as day for me that he's not actually trying to do anything on land right now. I was trying to harass the wood villagers. To be honest, I didn't realize he was going Imperial already. I thought he would be slower than me, but in the end he ended up being quicker. And he invested a lot on water. I think he assumed that I would try to retake water, maybe. So there was a lot of assuming in this game that ended up hurting both players or both parties. I lose a lot of vills here, which is just massive debuff, honestly. But that's how it goes sometimes. I have Swabia, he has Swabia, everybody's gonna be printing vills. I have this tower I put only for vision, but after rewatching the VOD, I realized he hated this tower because it denied his only gold. I thought maybe that it was a gold here or here. I didn't even think of denying gold with that tower, but it ended up being a clutch tower actually. This may be straight up game winning, by the way. Other than the fact that he's not making hand cannons, by the way. He could make 2 archery ranges right now and make some hand cannons, which would be massive, bro. Like, he could also make some spears, he could make any form of units that cost food, right? Like, he has a lot of food from fishing, he might as well leverage that food into units. Meanwhile, I'm struggling for food, even though all of my villagers are on food, bro. Other than this 12, which, like, these 12 are basically only enough to afford like an occasional production building, man. It's not that massive at all. Right now, all of these 16 archerships do literally nothing. They do jack, other than making it hard for me to transfer workers from between islands. And which I do realize, by the way, I like selected all idols, and the idols that were on the main island tried to kill it off themselves. But I pulled them back in time, and it's just farm, and then I will cancel worker production. I will get textiles here, and then this TC just is AFK for the rest of the game. And I just produce from Swabia. Swabia is really good, so that's a no problem for me, right? Right now he's making a culverin to try and break the gold, to then access the gold to then make units. He could have just made spears right now, or horsemen, or spear horsemen, or spear archer, or anything, bro. Any food units would be decent for you if you have 3k food in the bank with a bunch of income that you can't get rid of. Like, you can't put these on wood, you can't put them on gold, they are permanent food income. So might as well use said food income. Granted, his food income is actually worse than mine because the fishing is starting to be really far and away on migration. So that's unfortunate for him. We both had this a similar idea because, I mean, he has static, I have static. We both want to get rid of it, and I don't have farm transition, so I can't just make food units forever. So I needed to make wood and gold units, and this is good for me. Meanwhile, he has food, so why not make spears, man? Again, I'm like pushing it in. To be fair, like 2400 is not that much food. Like, quick math, how much is a spear for this civ is 120. 120 times 2, that's already 24. You times that by 10, so it is exactly 20 spears. Granted, with 20 spears win versus 19 hand cannons, no. With 18 horsemen versus win versus 89 hand cannon and these crossbows, probably. But you have to account for these guys healing and for another thing, which is I think I had like a few knights. Yeah, I do have a few knights, but whatever, bro. Like he could just ignore the knights, maybe snipe the culverins. It would be better situation for him than whatever this is. That's all I'm saying. He gets actually supply blocked, which is unlucky. He could delete some of these archer ships actually, because they're not achieving much right now. And right now I have 4 culverins to his 1. He has 2 in production, which is good. But I do have 4 culverins to his 1, which is a massive advantage in this siege war. And on 4 culverins, I mean even on 2 culverins, you already start to out-repair a lot of shit. On 4 culverins, it's basically the territory that's not repairable anymore. Especially if I can get, what's it called? The upgrade, the chemistry upgrade. I still don't even have a university, so that's a non-factor, I suppose. I send these knights off to get some idle time, some kills here, which they they end up doing exactly that.
Oh my god. Of villagers, insane numbers have dropped, and right now I just have insane worker lead, and my army lead is significant. Like again, these 18 archer ships are not doing anything except like controlling this island, and just like that he taps out. Next, this keep was gonna be down, and then that's just game over. I can hold sacred sites and win. I can even like make a bunch of docks in the areas that he can't control, and then like zone out my culverins, make some docks, make some carracks, some springle ships, and just win with that way too. And that's that. That was a great game.